Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. The 2023 College of Liberal Arts and Sciences commencement ceremony will officially begin in 5 minutes. Graduates and guests, please take your seats.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Dzień dobry. Zhao Sheng Hao. And Saba Ukhair to the graduates, family, and loved ones, and faculty and staff here today. I'm Lisa Freeman, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Spring 2023 commencement of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences of the University of Illinois, Chicago. This morning's music is provided by the UIC Wind Ensemble under the direction of Nicholas Carlson. At this time, I present to you the officers and administration of the university, the officers and administration of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Before we begin, to assure that everyone enjoys this meaningful event, please take a moment now to turn off or mute cell phones and other electronic devices. I would also like to remind you to be courteous to your fellow graduates and to remain with us for the entirety of the ceremony. Now, if you are able, please rise and join Ms. Grace Zeman, a current student in the UIC Department of Music in the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
Good morning and welcome to the families, friends, and guests of the graduate of this wonderful occasion. I'm Rosalie Hernandez, Associate Dean and Commencement Marshal. I would like to begin by reading an Illinois land statement. The University of Illinois is situated on the ancestral homelands of the Potawatomi, the Odawa, Ojibwe, Peoria, Miami, Kaskaskia, Mascouten, Menominee, Ho-Chunk, Kickapoo, and Sac and Fox. Tribes whose names we have lost as a result of genocide also lived, gathered, and traded in this region. Native people are part of Chicago's past, present, and future, and it is our responsibility to listen to their voices, to do no further harm, and to work together for equity and inclusion. Next, I would like to introduce several distinguished members of our platform party. Dr. Nicholas Jones, Executive Vice President and Vice President of Academic Affairs of the University of Illinois. Dr. Javier Reyes, Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago. Dr. Karen Cooley, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. University of Illinois Student Trustee, Mohammed Haq. And John D. MacArthur Chair and Distinguished Professor in Black Studies, Gender and Women's Studies, and History, and today's commencement speaker, Professor Barbara Ransby. Also on the stage are members of the university and college administration, heads and chairs of our academic departments, and faculty members who serve in the college leadership roles. They all work tirelessly on behalf of our students, and I am honored that we have come together to celebrate this special occasion today. Now, it is my privilege to introduce the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Lisa A. Freeman.
Thank you, Dean Hernandez. And thank you all for being here with us today, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most especially our graduates. Your hard work and dedication are why we are all here today. Congratulations. You made it. I think we can do a little bit better than that, graduates. A little louder. LAS is in the house. That's better. The journey to this day has been full of challenges overcome and achievements unlocked. For many, the road to this moment has been long and sometimes difficult. There have been marathon nights of studying, paper writing, and group project coordination. And let's not forget that you have survived and persevered through a global pandemic and returned to campus. There have been moments, too, of joy and celebration, acing a test, learning a new skill, making a new friend, and connecting with your peers, and being recognized for your hard work and accomplishments. I'm thrilled, too, to see all of the people here to support their graduates. It takes many people to get someone over the finish line of their degree, and we know that the graduates sitting in front of me would not be here without the support of those here today, in person and via live stream. Although I cannot see those watching remotely, I know that you are just as happy for your graduates and are eager to see them walk across the stage. Let's give all of the friends and family supporting you here today and virtually a round of loud, and I mean loud, applause. This is an exciting day for all of us. Graduates, you are finishing one phase of your life and on the cusp of beginning another one. Some of you will now go into the working world full-time, and some of you will pursue further education or training. Some of you may find that life takes you in an entirely unexpected direction. If I've learned anything in my own life, it is that nothing is linear. What will matter in the long run is the grace, care, and thought with which you engage the unexpected. Whatever your next step on the journey is, and whatever challenges you might encounter, your degree in the liberal arts and sciences is the best possible career and life investment you could have made. Not only does your education at UIC give you the critical thinking skills you need to pivot and adapt to change across a lifetime, but it also deepens your understanding of different perspectives, the value of science and knowledge, and the importance of social equity and social justice, all of which the world could use more of in this moment. Whatever the future holds for you, and whether you know what you want to do next or are still searching, you can rest assured that your education at UIC in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences has given you the strong foundation you need to succeed at whatever you choose to pursue. As you go forward, I urge you to follow the path of your curiosities and convictions, to maintain an openness to new ideas, to proceed with care and compassion for yourself and for all those who support you and who you encounter in your life. And last but by no means least, to embrace joy wherever you find it. Congratulations and all best wishes to all of the graduates today. We look forward to hearing where your journey takes you. I now have the distinct honor of introducing Javier Reyes, who serves as Chancellor of the University of Illinois Chicago, Chicago's largest and only public Research One university. Dr. Reyes has been committed to supporting UIC's inclusive campus and culture, UIC's inclusive campus culture and pioneering spirit, while realizing the university's vision to transform lives by eliminating disparities in economic opportunities, health, and education. Dr. Reyes began his career at UIC as Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs in August 2021. In this role, Dr. Reyes served as UIC's Chief Academic Officer to advise on matters of academic policy, strategic direction, enrollment management, and academic resource planning. Most recently, Dr. Reyes was appointed Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts Amherst, where he will take his strong commitment to the principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Dr. Reyes has received his bachelor's degree in economics from the Monterrey Institute of Technology and Higher Studies in Monterrey, Mexico, and his doctorate in economics from Texas A&M University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Reyes.
Thank you, Dean Freeman. It's an honor to be here with you today and to welcome you on behalf of the University of Illinois Chicago. The whole university is so proud of all of you. But before I get into the speech, I do have something to say. Yesterday we had one of the also large graduations, and I think they were a little bit louder than today, and you're supposed to be larger. So I think you're gonna have to take on that challenge. And I know there were a couple of the faculty from LAS that were here scouting the place last night, so they will be the ones who tell me if you are doing better than last night or not. I know there's a lot of energy bottled here. I know there's a lot of love and joy and happiness that the people on the stands are really reflecting on these graduates. But I think these graduates need to take this and make a memory of the amount of noise you're gonna make because of the joy that their graduation represents to all of you. So hopefully I have challenged you enough to take on the College of Business from yesterday's graduation. And if not, oh, I did mention the college, I'm sorry. If not, please, let's make sure these grads know how happy we all are of their graduation. Come on, do it better. You can do more. There we go. Very nice. Thank you very much. Was it a little bit weak, Nick? It's okay. We'll give him another chance in a few seconds. So don't worry. Don't worry. So just saying, you keep challenging those lungs because you're going to use them again in a few minutes. So I just want to start by saying congratulations to our graduates. We are enormously proud of what you have accomplished. I have to say that the fact that you're here after what has occurred over the past few years around the world, not just around us, but around the world, represents the very best of UIC. And I'll try to explain what do I mean by that. You've worked hard, you have fulfilled the commitment you made when you began this journey, and you have reached this day having faced many challenges, more than many generations before you. Yet, you made it. You fulfill all the requirements. You made all the homework, all the labs, all the write-ups, all the essays, as anybody else before you when they didn't face the challenges that you faced. For that, I think you are already special, and you should never forget that, because you did this at a time when the world was being challenged. So we're very proud of what you have accomplished. And I would like to say that nobody does this alone, especially in a classroom. There's always a set of students, and there's a faculty member, a TA, an advisor, someone that is helping you move along the way and making sure that you're where you need to be, doing what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. And I know that on that March of 2020, the world changed also for the faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences, as well as the whole university. The truth is, the commitment the faculty made on that spring to ensure that this day happens for you, meeting all the requirements again, making sure that the academic excellence between this generation and the ones 3 years or 4 years ago is not the same, but it's even better. They made that commitment. They pivoted around a situation that was unheard of in 100 years. Therefore, I can tell you, and I would like to ask you to help me thank the faculty of LAS and the whole university for what they have accomplished and made the commitment to you, the graduates. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, university. Very good. My final point is no one does this alone. As you know, there will be times in which you're challenged. And look to your right, look to your left, look behind you, look around you. There's a lot of people here to support you. And it's always okay to ask for help. It's always okay in that moment where you're feeling that you're facing tremendous odds. You've been doing it in the classroom, you're going to do it out there in your careers. It is okay to pick that magical device called your phone and text someone, call someone, FaceTime someone, reach out to your colleagues, reach out to your parents, reach out to your grandfather, grandmother, reach out to your support circle. You're never alone. You did not achieve this alone. There was always someone right there with you. Don't forget that. It wasn't only while you were a student. It's always around your whole life that you will need that. And guess what? Somebody will need you. So stand ready to respond to that call, to that text, to that FaceTime, to that email. I implore you to continue to build on your support circle. It's the most important thing. In many cases, family is an extended family. So please do that. And I know that I don't want to disappoint a few grads that as I was walking the floor, they were asking me, well, it's no longer Star Wars Day, but we know you're a Star Wars fan, and we heard that you used a quote in the other ceremonies because it was May the 4th, Star Wars National Day and then yesterday, May the 5th, the Revenge of the Sith. So I won't disappoint you, but I will tell you that, yes, I used the Star Wars quote to empower the grads to do what they're going to do. And it was that by Master Yoda, which is do or do not, there is no try. That's an important thing for you to understand. You do. You don't just try. If nobody should wake up in the morning saying, I'm going to try to do my best. No, go do your best. That is how UIC has taught you to be. That is how UIC works on social justice issues. That is how we work on economic development. That's how we work on changing science and the frontier of science. We go do, we don't just try. And I know some of you yesterday told me, well, that's an old quote. You need to go differently because we're a different generation. And somebody said, use the one from The Mandalorian. I said, that's a good one. This is the way. This is how UIC does it. And I want you to take that with you again. Because from now on, just like as Dean Freeman said, I am moving to University of Massachusetts Amherst. But I am taking something with me from UIC. The social justice focus that this university has, as it will be, I'm sure, presented by Dr. Ransby in a few minutes, it is a beacon that we should have more of in this world. And I empower you, as grads of UIC, to go into the world and be ambassadors of that social change. Look for disparities and close them. Look for where there's no access and give access. Where voices are not heard, give them voices and be the representatives of them. You are the creative minds. You are the scientists, social scientists. You are the humanities. We need more of your voices, your creativity, your innovation, your social prowess to change this world for the better. That's what UIC represents. That's what I'm taking from UIC with me to Amherst. I know that I have to continue to represent this university proudly, just like you will for the rest of your careers. Come back and see us. Make sure that you come back and help us shape the next generation's knowledge and what their experience is going to be. Connect with us, mentor other students, tell them that UIC is their university. Díganle a todos que UIC es su universidad, para todos en la ciudad de Chicago, para todos en el estado de Illinois y para todos alrededor de Estados Unidos y el mundo. Thank you very much. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of you, and on behalf of the whole university, congratulations again. And I'll tell you one last thing that UIC taught me. Never leave your personality or your persona at the door. Always bring it with you. And with that, I'm going to close with something that I've always used in these commencements. Some say you may go to infinity and beyond. Some say you will go to a galaxy far, far away. Some say you will go where no person has gone before. Some say that you will go into the metaverse. Wherever you go, I know you will shine as flames shine. You will shine bright, and I know you will be lighting the way for those that come after you. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Chancellor Race. You'll be missed. Thank you. I now have the pleasure of introducing our 2023 commencement speaker, Dr. Barbara Ransby. Dr. Ransby is the John D. MacArthur Chair and Distinguished Professor in the Departments of Black Studies, Gender and Women's Studies, and History here at UIC. She also directs the campus-wide Social Justice Initiative, a project that promotes connections between academics and community organizers doing work on social justice. Most recently, under Professor Ransby's visionary leadership, the Social Justice Initiative launched the Portal Project, a floating symposium on social, racial, and environmental justice involving nearly 200 artists, activists, and scholars across the nation and the world. Professor Ransby is the author of 3 books: Ella Baker and the Black Freedom Movement, A Radical Democratic Vision; Eslanda, The Large and Unconventional Life of Mrs. Paul Robeson; and most recently, Making All Black Lives Matter, Reimagining Freedom in the 21st Century. She has won numerous awards for her writing and activism, including in 2018, the Angela Y. Davis Prize from the American Studies Association for Scholarship in Service of the Public Good. In 2020, Professor Ransby received one of the inaugural Freedom Scholars Awards from the Margaret Casey Foundation for Social and Economic Justice Scholarship. And just last week, Professor Ransby was named co-chair of Chicago Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson's transition team. As that too short summary of Professor Ransby's many accomplishments implies, she is a true scholar activist. She not only researches social movements, she participates in and leads them. She not only understands the on-the-ground reality of change-making, she has the comprehensive understanding that comes from deep and sustained study. To quote Professor Ransby herself, as a historian who writes about radical Black women, she takes inspiration from her subjects' fierceness and fortitude. This kind of productive tension, what we might call a tension between theory and praxis, is what we mean when we say that a liberal arts education prepares students to face the challenges of a changing world. Understanding how the past can inform the present, how asking the right question can unlock a long-sought solution, how embracing a different perspective can transform the world. These are the values embodied by Professor Ransby's work inside and outside of the university. It is what we hope for all of you, whatever your pursuits are next. We are honored that Professor Ransby is among our faculty, and it is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Barbara Ransby to the class of 2023.
Well, thank you for that lovely introduction, and it is wonderful, wonderful to be this year's commencement speaker. I speak before many audiences in different places, but this one is truly special. This is my home place, and many of my students are in this audience, so it's very exciting. I feel like my remarks have been foreshadowed a little bit by Chancellor Reyes and Dean Freeman, and that's a good thing, because what we want to do here at UIC is to echo a certain kind of message and a certain set of values for our students, for our colleagues, and for the larger community that's gathered here. I want to thank Dean Lisa Freeman again for inviting me to be your commencement speaker this year. I want to acknowledge my esteemed colleagues who are up here on the platform and in the audience, and the administrators and special guests, and especially the parents and families who are here to support our graduates today. I know there's been a lot of clapping, but I'm going to ask you to give applause one more time, particularly for the families and significant others of the students. And before I say anything else, congratulations, graduates. It has been a long road, I know, and we are so, so proud of all of you. You look terrific today in all of these elaborate costumes that we wear on such an occasion, but we're really happy for you, and we expect great things for you. I have an undergraduate message and a graduate message, and I promise to deliver them both in my allotted time so you can leave here and celebrate and go out into the sunshine. We came in a kind of gray cloud, but we will go out into sunshine, I promise you. First of all, to our undergraduates, the graduating class of 2023. The past 4 years have been rough for all of us. We have navigated some things that we never thought we'd have to. Most of you graduated high school and enrolled at UIC on the eve of an unprecedented global pandemic, only to be slapped in your sophomore year with challenges that none of us anticipated and for which we simply had no script. We did our best. We Zoomed en masse, faxed and tested, and in ever creative ways reached out to each other, learned from each other, grew together, innovated, and persevered, and here we are today. Now you are going out into a big, crazy, complicated world, and on some level it may seem daunting and overwhelming. There are problems and challenges that your generation faced that did not face previous generations in quite the same way. The ongoing existential crisis of climate chaos, which weighs heavily on all of us. The persistent threat of authoritarianism and repression, which is all too real. Racism and xenophobia seem ubiquitous, resurfacing and shape-shifting into new and ever nefarious forms. Violence, war, and the obscene levels of economic disparity and poverty are all pillars of our 21st century world. These are huge problems, overwhelming problems, and problems you did not create. But believe me when I tell this, you are prepared. You are prepared to engage, to uncover, to solve problems, to help others, to make a difference in this world. You will find new words, new formulas, new models, and a renewed will to meet the challenges of this moment. Cynicism and pessimism are not luxuries you can afford. As someone who has taught at this institution for over 25 years, I'm going to take the liberty to give our graduating students one last assignment. Here it is. Now that you know all that you know, now that you have honed your skills and boosted your confidence, now that you have earned some margin of independence from your parents and gone into the world of adult things, here's what I want you to do. Be wildly, boldly, brazenly ambitious. But don't just have ambition for yourself. Be ambitious for each other. Be ambitious for this city. Be ambitious for this nation. And be ambitious for the world. Take your skills and talents and make this city what it should be. Take your skills and talents and make this country what it can be. Take your skills and talents and change the world. So as you begin your postgraduate professional lives, don't just offer your services to the highest bidder. Decide with care and intentionality what path you will take, and make those choices with both your heads and your hearts. Walk out of here and stand tall in your dignity. You are not for sale. And while we are fighting for ourselves, we have to also fight for others. We have to fight for those who may not have the opportunity and the privilege to have a college education. My parents did not, and I know many of your parents and grandparents are watching you today come across the stage and as the first person in your family to go to college. I want to urge you to go out and be change agents in the world and to feel that you own your own future. Whether you majored in anthropology or physics, chemistry, or English, or one of our amazing interdisciplinary programs, you are poised to have a thriving, meaningful, brilliant career and future. Hopefully, we have prepared you not only for your work, but for life itself. And in the next phase of both work and life, you have questions to ask. You have to ask, how am I going to be a patient and compassionate teacher, an ethical researcher, a conscientious artist or writer, a socially conscious entrepreneur, a truth-telling journalist? We expect great things from you, and we hope great things for you. Now go out and change the world. It is in desperate need of changing. You have a lot of work to do, and you will be more richer and joyful for it. Now to our graduate students, you did it. You have more letters behind your names and hopefully rewarding careers in front of you. But as you go out from here, as you move on from UIC, don't forget what took you into your respective fields. No one goes into academia to get rich or famous. We go in because we love our subjects. We go in because of insatiable curiosities and deep-seated passions. But even though we don't go in to get rich, we also don't want you to come out impoverished and in debt. As a society and as institutions of higher learning, we need to appreciate our teachers, scholars, scientists, creative writers much more than we do. So don't let whatever job you take diminish your value. Fight for yourselves and fight for your students. Become an activist and an advocate. Organize a union if you have to. And while you are fighting, you can clap for that, that's okay. A part of what we have to fight for as well is the future of higher education in general, particularly public education, because it is under assault. It is under economic assault, intellectual assault, and moral assault, from Florida to Texas to California. So as you go forth from this place, don't just occupy space in your new professional roles. Shape, curate, and mold those spaces into what they ought to be. And don't forget to make room for those who come behind you. After all, public education is the people's education. So as you leave UIC with your BA and BS degrees, your MAs and your PhDs, don't just be job seekers, be justice seekers. Now you might be thinking right about now, Dr. Ransby, we don't see very many ads for justice seekers. That's true, but I'll say two things in response to that. Number one, you may not have a job title that says justice seeker, but you have to write that into your own job description. You have to take the idealism, the principles, the values, and sensibilities that you have now with you wherever you go. Enact those principles every single day. Another thing I'll say to you is that in addition to the papers you've written, the books you've read, and the projects you've completed, we have hopefully also given you something else very, very special, and that is confidence. Confidence and grounding in who you are, in what you believe, confidence in your ability to meet and take on challenges, to wrestle with difficult ideas, and make deadlines, to be critical thinkers, to disagree, to collaborate, and to move the needle forward. So that is your charge. You don't have to just follow an agenda set by someone seemingly more senior or more powerful. You can set the agenda. So I hope you take that confidence with you in whatever door you walk through, whatever interview you find yourself in, whatever power you leverage in the offices you hold. You are indeed prepared for what comes your way. So again, to the graduates of the 2023 class of UIC LAS, I want to say, be bold enough to imagine another world and be determined enough to fight for it. And remember to laugh and celebrate and be joyful along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ransby. To each of you graduates, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, once again, I extend my congratulations. Many of you have demonstrated exceptional academic achievement or leadership. I would like you to be recognized by standing and remaining standing as you are able as I state the various honors. Those graduating with university honors so designated as cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude, please rise as you are able. Those graduating with college honors, those receiving departmental distinction, high distinction, and highest distinction, those who have been members of the Honors College, those who have been recognized for extraordinary service and as outstanding student leaders, all rise as you are able. Each of you has brought credit to yourselves, your families, the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and to UIC. Please join me once again in saluting these outstanding graduates. Please be seated. I will now ask Provost Colley to come forward to bestow the Silver Circle Teaching Awards on the winning faculty.
Great teachers are the heart of a great university. The University of Illinois Chicago annually recognizes and honors its outstanding faculty. Recipients of the Silver Circle Award are selected by our students, who honor those who have taught them with distinction. Will the following faculty members please come forward to receive your Silver Circle Award? Adrian Barkin from Physics. Andrea Bassett from Biological Sciences. Freddie Gonzalez, Global Asian Studies and History. Ana Guevara, Global Asian Studies. And Carmen Ochoa Galindo from Psychology.
It is now my pleasure to begin the presentation of the degree candidates and the conferral of degrees. Students, when you are called, please prepare to come forward with your grad pass. Will Dr. John Art, Dean of the Graduate College, please come forward and present the candidates for graduate degrees to the Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, please rise. Chancellor Reyes, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Upon these recommendations, and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for which you have been presented, and I admit you to all rights and privileges and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations.
Doctors of Philosophy, congratulations, and you anticipate my next remarks. New Doctors of Philosophy, please have your grad pass available and come forward with your advisor to formally receive the doctoral hood that signifies the attainment of the highest degree awarded by a university. Full dissertation titles can be viewed in the digital program.
Laura M. Jock.
Melissa Catherine Masuro. Evan Joseph Reynolds. Anne Marie Ellen McManaman.
Shannon Beth Harper. Francisco J. Lagunas. David Abu Gaber Bowman.
Rosemont.
Woo Hyung Lee. Angela C. Betancourt. Yuthana Lockliang. Mohammed Arifin Al-Islam.
Emily J. Potrax. Mila Callan Marshall.
Catherine Ann Howard. Harushi Tarudika Sendamali Gunasekara Kalu Arichige.
Kora Legi Praneeth Chandamai Patmasiri. Tu Tran An Nguyen. Regina Pasagno. Elizabeth D. Obregon.
Rory Allen Dennison.
Katrina Renee Washington.
Savannah Brittany Loki. Richard Cole Campbell.
Chi Yu Pai. Miao Mai Zhou.
To each of you, welcome to this community of scholars once again. Congratulations. Now will the candidates for master's degrees please rise? Chancellor Reyes, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts and Master of Science, which they've been granted by the Graduate College in various fields of study.
So they're all standing?
Yes.
Candidates of master's degrees all standing? Okay. Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the master's degrees for which you have been presented, and I admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations.
And I too add my congratulations, and now please be seated.
Dr. Karen Cooley, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, will present candidates for bachelor's degrees.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees, please rise and remain standing as you are able.
There we go.
Chancellor Reyes, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in various fields of study.
There we go. This is going to get loud again. This is where we test them, Nick. So upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree for which you have been presented, and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree.
Congratulations, graduates. As tradition calls for, you may now move your tassel to the left side, thus indicating your status as a graduate.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations again, and please be seated.
Congratulations again. Graduates with master's and bachelor's degrees, follow your marshals, please stand and come forward with your grad pass to be recognized.
Christopher Isai Vicente. Om Mehrotra.
Sultan Abdullah Ali Abdulghani Al-Huri. Dania Jabreen. Samaya Jabreen.
Darsh S. Patel. Hanil J. Patel. Ria K. Patel.
Arti J. Goel.
Dhruva Pritesh Patel. Abdelmuti Mohammed Safi. Brenda M. Soni.
Lynette M. Lopez.
Manasvi Vig. Rahi Patel.
Erlyn Christian.
Jessica Wong.
Jennifer Hurtado.
Michael Roberts.
Asma Ali. Ashba Ajaz. Isley Janae Lee. Anita C. Chari.
Kaylin Danelle Whitehead.
Eveline Gutierrez. Evelyn N. Hurd. Christy Joy.
Michelle Salgado.
Jordan Ariana Galvan.
Evelyn Pisano. Alexis Sanchez. Carlos Alexander Merlos. Hina Shihabuddin.
Audrey Garcia.
Sophia A. Velasquez.
Ariana Gorgas.
Sebastian T. Rechek. Anil S. Sani. David Ryan Chu.
Hallie H. Bergen. Diego Guzman. Ivanska Elena Casanova Mata.
Monica Julia Rogalski. Kea Harshad Tomar. Haley A. Shaw. Fatima M. Pesharwawala. Fatima R. Nomani. Mariam Muhammad.
E.I.M. Kin. Kaylin Noel Berry. Matisse J. Boswell. Daniela Hernandez.
Jetsiri Mercado Cruz. Marwa Sahlul.
Sneha S. Kuber. Lola de Kofo Worola Bolarinwa. Shruti Ganta.
Janavi Manne. Samantha Rosemarie Mattern.
Corazon de Jesus Avila.
Lisbeth Mabel Padilla.
Jasmine Garcia.
Jessica Ortega Chavez.
Rami Chabin.
Isa B. Murad.
Ludana Jean Charles. Janet Espinoza.
Shahina Mariam Papa. Laura B. Villanueva. Joseph Riley O'Connell.
June Kate S. Cisnero. Anna Sereno.
Marlene Montez. Huda Riaz.
Salma Yadira Cambriani.
Becca Mila. Benny Mila. Kevin Alfonso Mariquin.
Daniela Blanco.
Angeline Pedrote. Rosa Elena Mendoza. Ala A. Zidane.
Muath Gandhi Abdel Salam.
Christopher A. Vu. Maitri Pranav Shah.
Pratibha Bala.
Kevin Nak Pham. Parshva Sangoi.
Abdul Rahman Abdul Kadir. Mansi S. Darji.
Samir Smilovich. Noor Saeed. Maria Fernanda Valadez.
Miguel Christopher Aguilera. Mohammed J. Dashi. Parth Aurora.
Lancy Patel.
Trevor S. Baker. Edwin Guadalupe Garcia.
Dante Paul Rivera.
Ruben Almanza. Miriam Amin.
Pablo Luis Palafox Castillo.
Zen Khan. Emiliano Gaona.
Ryan Kevin Zomarodi.
Jisoo Kim. Yanni Liviratos. Khadija S. Khan.
Vishwa Patel. Cade M. Valero. Nicholas LaRue Ruffalo.
Ride Hassan.
Madeline M. McCann. Alicia Nicole Wiley.
Carolina Bevlavska.
Simran T. Nakam.
Brittany Bright Beltran.
Wendy Patino Serrano.
Jasmine Castro. Dayla Christine Dillon.
Angelina N. Velez.
Nubia Denecue.
Saye Fameda Rizvi. Sana Syed.
Johan Karachu D'Alessandro.
Christy Ta. Rose T. Tran. Melinda L. Naraz. Bhavin Rakesh Patel.
David Garcia.
Ahmed Mohiuddin. Umar A. Siddiqui.
Nathan Clark.
Leslie A. Sandoval. Valeria Servin. Hannah Tran.
Tierra Gilman.
Agnes Maria Manish.
Shayna R. Chafin.
Hayne M. Van.
Alfredo Alejandro Lopez Guerrero. Savannah Marie Altman. Leslie Andrea Manriquez. Fatima Awad. Trinity Ann Ford.
Jasmine Rosado.
Cecilia Gamboa.
Andrea Martinez.
Olivia Pamela Bullock.
Shantani Satish Kumar.
Caroline Marie DeBose. Paulina K. Kowalski.
Jasmine Cortez Schaefer.
Judy Liu.
Cassidy Ray Worth. Noemi Orantia. Nathan Patrick McLaughlin.
Matthew J. Borst.
Mayumi Ivania Pasquale.
Dale E. Cummings.
Maya Rajab.
Zoha Salma Khan.
Coralice D. Perez Acevedo. Suleimar Nadine Perez Acevedo.
Viviana S. Gomez. Bilal A. Akhtar. Brianna E. Loesa.
Andrea M. Samayoa.
Saja I. Hamad. Mariam Ansarinia. Sania Fatima Khan. Nadine Ismail Abu Shakra. Sapura Ali. Ashika Joshi. Tala Faraz Luckiana.
Sala K. Wu. Christine Wong. Esmeralda A. Pizarro. Ben Gerard Procianos Manugas. Faris M. Ad-Din.
Kyle Orfresho Fernando. Resmia Isar Abushanab. Dominique Victoria Levy. Shelley A. Guerra. Rita Ahmed Hussein. Rayam Kareem. Jacob K. Adamet. Raneen A. Allen. Namundari Bayara.
Kurt R. Villamayor. Sitlali G. Rodriguez.
Asher B. Barham.
Nandingarab Tumbayar.
Syed Farazul Hassan.
Jorge Jesus Mendez. Musab Mohammed.
Jamobi Arowolo.
Alexandra J. Wasowich.
Christopher Homa.
Sara Yusuf Master.
Yulisa Gonzalez.
Hamad U. Raymond.
Suraya N. Hamad. Khaled N. Hamed.
Ayad A. Zuhur.
Amir M. Dalis. Ezeldin Anakra.
Al Hassan Qasem. Rami Shika. Yahya H. Shalabi. Abdul Rahman Mohsin.
Abdo Y. Abu Harbi.
Monjid Awad Nassan.
Abed Jalal S. Dawood. Bashar H. Hamden. Hamza A. Dwake. Amar Khan.
Dominique Bea Zamudio.
Latte Romarich Ilam Lawson. Andy Lee.
Eric Reyna.
Jasmine Chowdhury.
Catherine Jordan Stayskull. Ria H. Patel.
Belle Gerber.
Hala Nazareddin. Ana V. Prieto. Joel Varghese Thomas. Dina Nakira. Sabina A. Skoden.
Alexandru Gabriel Chokana. Wei Lin Chen.
Annie Nuntarash.
J. Neil Jimenez. Shariah A. Akrlatsi.
Yesenia Arlene Miramontes. Jessica F. Perez.
Anisha Chandran.
Grace K. Rajendran. Joey Shang Lei Tan. Colin M. Murphy.
Cyrus Klemecki.
Rain F. Thorne. Sierra Elizabeth Rabe.
Kristen S. Blake.
Harini V. Marchadi.
Sheva P. Diani. Adare Ambikumar. Kelly A. Duong.
Shivali Bavesh Padmani. Vanessa Lena Pontarelli.
Melita Karaich. Jaturaporn A. Kankulananta. Lauren M. Grice.
Lily Bell Warda.
Gulamun R. Dagba.
Daisy Jennifer Vasquez. Walia Mwansa. Adrian Ayomide Oyatero. Tahemina Tazeen.
Zara Fatima. Isabel Gonzalez.
Stacy D. Sanjeev.
Hannah A. Bielik. Jennifer Jasmine Alvarez. Myra Guadalupe Guzman Perez.
Darshil Samir Kumar Patel.
Keon D. Lewis.
Brittany Lorraine Wright. Chiamaka Chimdalu Obwefi II.
Malik M. Alomari.
Isabella Marie Vrapchu. Yasmin O. Masalha. Hadil I. Salem.
Emily Lopez. Amtul Habiba Hussein. Dua Kawal Iqbal Kaloda.
Naomi Rajesh.
Anne-Marie T. Kandakudi.
Ama Priska Nipasa.
Husseina M. Electric Walla. Mira Azar. Vanessa Ayala. Iman Kazi. Camila Bula. Ryan Mauricio Garza Cabezas.
Talia I. Marban. Zarina Chinky M.S. Paulino.
Julissa Garcia.
Yasmin Miron Beltran. Ana K. Rios Roman.
Ashley Hernandez. Jimmy Bowie.
Manda Tai. Ashley M. Yabez. Marquetti Baba Pendon.
Giera Monet Luckett. Kaija Bell.
Mostafa Masood.
Karen Diaz. Ingrid Diaz. Jardine Therese Chavez Awit.
Anzala Razi.
Bhavana Agnihotro.
Yesenia Perez. Jill A. Patel.
Ferris Alfred Haddad.
Mohammed Qasim Rashid. Julia Penchkovskaya. Angel E. Palada.
Ali Adarat. Mohammed M. Alzway. Selma Duran Liban. Sarah Ali. Maria Diana Cipriani.
Raneen I. Obedala. Yasmin Youseni.
Hannah M. Altermathy. Eileen Yamil Garcia.
Kate Pierce. Anna K. Zbroya. Lizette Tovar Avalos.
Nayeli Ariano. Safa R. Ahmed.
Shadia S. Zabaidi.
Paula Naomi Buendia. Safia M. Aziz.
Haley L. Urbanchik.
Cassandra Elizabeth Quisi.
Rimsha Wasim.
Sandra U. Awuzi. Sheila Lee.
Michelle T. Wynn.
Tam P. Lev.
Kathy Pham. Annie Van. Alexis Rodriguez.
Ryan Stewart Jerger.
Julian Jordan Velasquez.
Abdallah Ayan.
Matthew Mensa.
Evangelos Apostanopoulos. Akshaya Goda. Jalen A. Boykin White.
Ni D. Pham.
Benny Jiang. Linda Lin. Lamisa W. Khan. Caitlin Choi.
Gina Sisodia.
Ria Goel. Norma Ayub. Rafe Iqbal Ahmed. Jeho Kim. Ramzi Abudan. Ahmad J. Abuzba.
Liane A. Qasim.
Janine F. Atia.
Aya Mohammed. Yara Mustafa Quad.
Janan Ayman Hassan. Zohaib Ali Khan.
Mariana Roa.
Lauren Rachel Curtis.
Genesis Martinez.
Marissa Ann Aceves.
Almir Nasufovich, Umber Siddiqui, Jasmine Juane Zamora,
Sydney Ann Ibarra, Hannah V. Blesson, Oriana Itzel Alvarado Ramirez,
Seema M. Patel,
Yuenka Erico, Natalie Marie Arce Soto, Chloe N. Gomez, Luis Sanchez, Gerardo Castillo, Ethan D. Lim,
Nibit Kumar Velupalli, Audrey Sumcha,
Jovencio Daggio Jr.,
Angie Nuna, Aitana Janine Balbosa Nadala, Shashi Priya Maturi,
Jose Alberto Acevedo, Vanessa Arifi, Hala Kurjuj,
Ankit S. Patel,
Yumna Ahmed Ibrahim, Rima Al Kubaitari, Fatima Z. Gauss, Rimla Khan, Samiha Iqbal, Mohammed K. Al Natafji, Elizabeth Diaz, Ashley Gabriel,
Nayeli Ramirez,
Faith Jane George, Iram Fatima, Rushika Tejas Amin, Priyanka Kaushal, Nidhi Chaitan, Alexandra Lugo Robles, Michelle W. Kinyanjui,
George M. Raji,
Hamad Wakar Khan, Olali Khan Samuel Babalola, Stephen Tuchuku Anyawu,
Liliana Tirado Lopez, Aniribin Dilip Kumar Patel, Ashi N. Zhao,
Jiwan Lee,
Aman Siddiqui, Ana Laura Morales, Elizabeth Joy Titilayo Shodimu, Pratika Sharma, Ayan A. Zafar,
Rihanna Chaco, Dalton May Burke,
Shreya Magesh,
Raya El Anabtawi,
Jared D. Monette,
Noah Almawi,
Tabshir Ali Rizvi, John F. Smetana, Krishna Parak Thakur, Amanda Ezine Norkeji,
Shruti Krishna, Suhitha Irikula, Eveline Canelo, Brenda Esmeralda Guerrero, Zara N. Bangesh,
Medina Nasira Portia Muhammad, Malak N. Zatar, Natalia Futik, Bezanur Osbey,
Roshni Elizabeth Jacob, Anam Kidwai,
Louis R. Petrungaro, Emma C. Schick, Bianca Stacknick,
Joshua Mackenzie Gassman, Paul M. Sukierski, Iona Huang,
Kylie Claire Plant, James Anthony Pasterski, Ashna Varma,
Paula A. Kobek,
Nama Justina Nwosu,
Omega Z Burhanu.
Mernali D. Patel. Jasmine R. Perez.
Mohammed Khalid Alatas. Urandi Hasantika Liananji Herrera.
Christian Roman Barranco. Emily A. Orozco. Nicholas Scott Vestine.
Ashley Iusita.
Naishurgi Jignesh Pathak. Krupa J. Patel.
Nina Vivian Henry.
Austin Yu Hua Tan. Huang Tan Van Ta. Citlali Villalobos.
Alexander Bernard Sinkus. Marco Bogosavljevic.
Isbihan Almasa Udin. Krishna R. Shah. Khatib M. Raza.
Joanna Yirim Lee.
Shama Z. Saribu. Mackenzie Rose Ringer.
Lauren Barbara Young. Nina Ellen Davis.
Dwayne Maduabu Hachupu Okanma. Mateen Mogtaderi.
Paul Bogdan Gavrilovich. Nora H. Al-Sadi.
Michael Thomas Secreto.
Michelle Ganzorin. Khadijah Kahak.
Ben James Staggerberg. Nguyen Phuong Tran.
Sabrina X. Chen.
Matthew Villalan.
Nancy Suchi Leo. Hannah Jane D. Evangelista. Daniel Enrique Carrion.
Shivam Ambrishbhai Patel.
Ray Gordiano.
Priya P. Rana.
Bernil Azadeh.
Asil Salem. Ya Hung Ngo. Mihir K. Rao. David Van Tran. Jodel Marin Ongweko.
Lizette Grace C. Jose. Salam A. Cater. Jenna Jauda. Saja M. Ihmoud.
Geraldine Mendez. Yvette Vanegas.
Ryan Alexander Bottens.
Caleb L. Turner. Jaimeen Patel.
John H. Geary. Nitya Chagor.
Godami Sonariker.
Carlos Andres Chacon Cordon. George Thomas Christopoulos.
Carolina Soto. Charles J. Northup.
Michael A. Holst.
Michael E. Tanzillo.
Kelsey Lynn Foss.
Taylor Kiyomi Morioka. Ahmad R. Rahman.
Ian Carl Carpio Babylonia.
Shemaya M. Pugh.
Sophia Lofredo,
Claudia A. Miller,
Maya Lynn Lucchini, Marcella Andrea Crisantos, Brendan Lamb,
Samantha Weintraub,
Angelica Elizabeth Kaczynski, Hope K. Daly, Alaric J. Hinchcliffe,
Mariah Julissa Morales, Timothy Chase Wilger,
Rosalind Almazan Janelle, Vincent Patrick Baker,
Kara J. Wydra,
Simrandeep Kaur, Rafe S. Azim, Rana Amr Fahmy,
Mohammed N. Mostafa, Monica Rodriguez,
Mary C. Burkett,
Ryan Connor Patterson,
Kylie Rose Leathers, Abdullah Habib,
Miguel Angel Perez, Jack Anthony Perennis, Jocelyn Torres,
Julia Delorto, Anmar S. Cabral, Kathleen Cortez, Raul M. Gonzalez, Guy Yon Lee,
Julia D. Starzhitska,
Madeline E. Aguilar,
Marcos M. Montero, Tian Chun Yang, Xing Wang,
Frank Jairo Alvarez,
Christian Moscosa, Rachis Rithi Tibb, Ronald Pierre Pierre, Ariel Kiana Williams,
Elizabeth Benitez Hernandez, Omar E. Hassan,
Eric Scott Brown,
Melissa W. Chung,
Naga Kotaswara Pulagila, Sungho Park, Alana G. Mercado,
Ayrton Esparza, Neil Palisak Hieronimo, Yusuf B. Ilias, Josh Ryle H. Dimaculagan, Justin K. Balagat,
Theodore Alexi Padura Tam,
Mariah Contreras,
Noel Sioni,
Daniela Seves, Andrew Scott Cook, Andrew Levi Yovescu,
John Anthony Navarrete,
Clarissa D. Gomez,
Andrew Constantine Petrolakis,
Justin A. Augustin,
Matthew Trach, Abraham Morales Arroyo,
Sion Gudea,
Alize Navid,
Mariam Zahra Abbasianek, Sergio Arturo Lara, Duck M. Cow,
Hansol Park, Yvonne Agatha Wandia,
Devakar Boyni,
Wendy Arleth Torres, Wei Sun,
William Feltz,
Alana Renee Templin, Danielle Nicole Silverman,
Maria Isabel Guevara Duque, Anissa Simone Camacho,
Sheila Marie Segura. Preeti Navalpakam.
Lucas Ryan Curbison.
Jonathan Ryan. Merlin Moose Ryan.
Laron C. Harvey.
Jafet Antonio Reyes. Olivia Francis Whitaker.
Amaya G. Fabella. Adriana M. Gasconia. Cameron Dundale.
Natalie Jocelyn Soto. Anissa Samia Rashid. Mark Anthony Santos. Marcimiliana Ponce.
Selena S. Jabaji. Devana R. Aramillo Ortega.
America Gabriela Puente Hernandez. Celine Vital Perez.
Salvatore Amir Lisciandrello Jr. Daniel Dennis Barica. Celia Iban Olua Doherty. Cristal Lara.
Megan C. Thompson. Gloria Reza.
Antonio M. Lacara Aguirre. Lauren E. Cannell.
Sandy Mishkiri.
Brielle Kaylin Conwell.
Grace Rittenhouse.
Carolyn Contreras. Aura Castaneda.
Annette M. Schaefer.
Lucy Aguirre.
Kelvin T. Stevens Jr.
Katia G. Aguilar. Adam James Hartley.
Aristides Tankus.
Andrew James Henkel. Ibala Dorenkiz Halmet.
Carly Sanchez. Justin D. Valle.
Lulu Anjanette.
Leslie Vargas.
Victoria Fernandez Diaz. Heather Eloisa Ducci.
Karen Tolentino.
Pedro Covarrubias. Michael A. Caravat.
Joseph Alexander Velasquez.
Sophia Maria Diaz.
Melissa Ann Pierce. Jose Alberto Martinez Gomez.
Omol Kothum Adejare. Javier Rahim. Omar Ahmad Abdelaziz. Habiba Habab.
Raneem Yunus. Selma Motaz Mohammed. Heba Hope Sauri. Henry Ruan Lee. Peishan Situ. Naomi J. Manigault.
Chi Yao Ding.
Hui Mei Wang. Sochi Maori Morales.
Jennifer M. Castaneda.
Natalie R. Rodriguez.
Sarah Alzine.
Madeline Andreana Ortiz.
Margaret Agnes Dorman.
Mary Tallarico.
Cassandra Cruz. Fatima A. Khan. Sade Shanice Davis.
Fawad Wardak.
Rebecca Ann Elston. Maricruz de Refugio Lopez. Dayanara Barrientos.
Angelica Rodriguez. Jennifer Sosa.
Alejandra Galvez Moya. Priscilla Bueno.
Lucas Makowicki.
Ashley Lagunas. Daisy Natalie Baptista. Francisco J. Arbalo.
Elena Palmer Powell. Marcela Alejandra Valdez. Jasmine Y. Ramirez. Jacob J. Tarsa.
Felix Alexander Giron. Dallas Storm Ball. Madeline Garcia Belka.
Kenneth Sarah Van Dyke.
Bradley Francois Lopez.
Megan Christine Navarro. Luis Ernesto Menjivar Jr. Shimon P. Veviura.
Woo, Mr. Yuma!
John M. McCabe.
Natalia Diaz.
Jasenia G. Pulgarin.
Lisette Andrea Fernandez. Jocelyn D. Baena.
Ricardo Antonio Rodriguez.
Viridiana Kos. Destiny T. Dobbs. Brenda N. Alcantar.
Jocelyn Mora.
Angel Marie Contreras. Juliana M. Chavaria.
Roxana Osorio. Leslie Sanchez.
Isabel Artiaga.
Ashley Villa.
Damian Seth Cabrera. Winston Lauren Langston. Muhammad O. Bey. Abigail Gomez. Michelle Janet Curiel. Juan Garcia Perez. Christopher Flores. Soraya Sarah El Humeidi.
Melanie M. Velasquez.
Alejandra Cisneros.
Jorge L. Mora. Gina N. Strauss. Delaney Faith Secor.
Andres Lopez. Nelson Du.
Iwei Zhang.
Titus Christian Aries Jimenez.
Melat Ymir
Titus Christian Aries.
Melat Ymir Jonas.
Jalen Griffin.
Nicholas David Ramirez. Carlos Salto.
Cesar Guzman. Christian Bravo. Lillian Taylor Loziak. Michelle Petrova Kazakova.
Iviana Zarco. Alfredo Ramirez.
Chris Castellucci.
Joanna Eva Petrowski. Alessi Ann Pappas. Alexandra Therese Wren.
Anna Blaine Lehman.
Gerardo Rivera.
Jocelyn Bibian.
Ismael Vasquez.
Miguel Apreza.
Moises J. Montoya. Angela Citlali Morales.
Luisa Fernanda de la Rosa.
Emmanuel Macias.
Jason Gonzalez. Ben Larry Gulick. Yasmin Garcia.
Richard McGrath. Isaiah D. Palacios. Nolan Alexander Weddick. Laura J. Pfeiffer.
Solar H. Baloch. Harshdeep K. Graywall.
Caitlin Marie Plickta.
Jesus Figueroa.
Kimberly Larissa Velasquez Chavez. Tala N. Tinfang. Hui Ji Nguyen.
Karina Ariel Arias. Eleanor R. Boardman. Timothy Hong.
Lizette Nava. Akshay D. Patel. Liliana Yasmin Perez. Craig A. Young. Matthew Raymond.
Anisha S. Budwani.
Cesar Rosas.
Nadezhda Georgieva Kanchiva. Laith Dalal.
Michael Lange.
Carson Robert Masters.
Jesus Tomas Fierro. Sarah Hamayel.
Kern I. Rodriguez.
Oscar Barrera. Pierre Labib.
Delilah S. Mercado.
Dakupil Dona Hungavu.
Sophia Montserrat Rivero.
Michael Jean Bube.
Hernan Rendon II. Elise M. Sanchez. Michelle Mondragon. Michelangelo Eric Osigera.
Rosanna Jimgozova.
Brendan Patrick Noonan.
Beyonce R. Justiano.
Carla Montoya.
Marco Raja Kartanagara Halo Ho. Sepokli Krongo.
Pella Strandberg. Luis Eduardo de Oliveira dos Santos.
Kaylee Grabowski.
Chirag Yadav. Amelia Rose Ozan.
Daniette Ali Junaidi.
Micaela Unsueta.
Stephanie Aide de Gracia.
Emily E. Schroeder. Mark Ndabaramier.
Justice Charles Cook.
Tony A. Smertine.
Grace E. Keene.
Victoria C. Thor. Emily Sanchez.
Cameron P. Goldberg.
Adam Wong.
Ian R. Hammond. Nathan A. Casper. Iker A. Carranza. Keith P. Lyman.
John N. Rosinek.
Alexandria Patrice Carey Sanders. Kristen Tyler Jones.
Yanet Vivanco.
Hilma Esmeralda Benitez Villatoro. Philip Bugay.
Afoke Emily Oki. Rakeb Dawit Teshome. Melanie Martinez Hoban. Kaisa Anne Roseth Johnson.
Jacqueline Garcia. Farah H. Hassan. Miranda Guerra.
Chizzy Mbadile.
Liliana Anaya. Pahul Kaur. Jocelyn P. Dorado. Julia Korzhanovsky.
Laiba Mahmood. Saf Misbahudin Syed.
Salman Hussein.
Natalie L. Standifer. Ty Okada Malaka. Jose Armando Serrano.
Daniela P. Ibarra. Dimolade Ojimo.
Faiza F. Sharif.
Juana Cordova.
Dania M. Tanaibat. Citlali Guadalupe Vergara. Jamaria Amaral Stewart. Ty Benjamin Shoshana. Connor S. Wilgos.
Quinn Y. Cowell.
Nina E. Scott.
Maya Natalia Lipinski.
Soraya Sandoval.
Alexandra Yelenakovska.
Matthew A. Oseguera. Ricky Ing. Jacqueline N. Marquez. Ram Dov Shoshana. Gabriel V. Punzalan.
Karen Chloe Kumba. Aisha Ali.
Emily Saluga. Erica Stanciu. Diana Lizette Stanciu.
Samuel Belmonte.
Haley Marie Olson. Sawyer S. Smith. Shruti Nai. Louis Mazan.
Reem I. Ethan. Allah Ibrahim Hamid.
Yesenia Martinez. Jennifer Quiroz. Tamara M. Swalem. Nadia Yvette Rodriguez.
Andrina Barriga.
Maria D. Robles. Janali Salgado.
Anisha Deb. Autumn N. Blackman Swanson. Catherine Patricia Byrne. Tayaba Naz Qadri. Sumaya Sultana Hadri.
Madeline Claire Warren.
Sandra Ansafoa Assam. Sophia Rose Karlowski. Dia Udin Al-Sharour. Jennifer Corona. Kajol Jha.
Angie M. Perez.
Natalia Gutierrez.
Kajal Patel. Assad A. Merchant. Claudia Abigail Serrano. Luz Angela Rendon. Matthew Adam Negron.
Kevin De La Cruz.
Morgan E. Seeloff.
Emma Shimoleski.
Sarah J. Mitchell. Charmi Patel.
Ishwa Jiten Kumar Kensagara. Aus Albarham. Moeth A. Abu Hamud.
Mark A. Paul.
Kareem Al Zain. Julia Chuchman. Marta Nazarivna Krivko. Fatima Teen Trang Le.
Adam Valera.
Yancy N. Avila. Leslie Jaleen Leva. Daisy LeBlanc,
Alexia Marissa Trejo. Jacqueline Santabanez.
Alan Garcia,
Jacqueline Roman. Ronik S. Malhotra. Sergio Moses Navarrete.
Caleb Christian Fetzer, Angelica Maria Goszczynski, Timothy Michael Gallagher, Jennifer Hernandez,
Tasha Marie Rubio. Isabel Nolan. Allison G. Perez. Esmeralda Olvera. Hema Soto.
Liliana Jabber, Eloy Aguilera Jr., Anna Friedman, Sarah Estillo,
Xochitl Rodriguez. Diana Paramo.
Ariana Baez,
Kala B. Shakil. Taylor Pengsampan. Nictario C. Mater.
Ryan Patrick Keene, Adi Blaseri,
Emmy Usquiano. Samantha Ratana. Angie S. Salguero. Jessica Orozco.
Hui Ru Lee, Izuli Cantoran,
Russia Saeed. Teresa Valdez. Matthew Castillo Porcevegan. Maya E. Moldrum.
Zion James Fortune, Nayeli Lopez,
Kimberly Alexa Orala. Jackiana Williams. Madeline A. Vasquez.
Noor S. Abusini, Jasmine O. Harvey, Frank W. Krause, Joseph Gusek,
Josue C. Reyes.
Micaela Delgado,
Kiefer Carlson Wald. Leo Sanchez. Colin O. Olasui. Michaela Wilson.
Listina Simone Davis,
Caitlin A. Rogers.
Anar Badzorik,
Tierra Martin. Joseph Miguel Morales. Anissa Elise Romo. Abigail Sobchak. Zion Smith. Amber Alejandra Casas Rosales. Jasmine Marie Wiley Harris. Brittany Lynn Owens.
Roa Ribhi Alawade, Kang Tao Bai,
Sandra Munoz.
Mary Clarice K. Ang, Miriam H. Aledrus,
Alexandra Elizabeth Stewart.
Cindy G. Cartagena, Caroline Feliz Hidalgo Garciliano, Rita R. Khan,
Giovanna Elizabeth Mascione. Andrea Morales. Nancy E. Sanchez. Linda Lon T. Van. India Raven Mackenzie Woods. Evelyn Mendoza.
Samantha Huang.
Ashley Anna Song. Carla Lorraine Manriquez. Cristina Lisbeth Pedraza Hernandez.
Ari Andrade. Azucena Benitez. Nicole Rumanov Manon.
Elizabeth R. Murphy. Victoria Grace Villarreal Schubert. Katarina Ashley Marie Sarabia.
Margot Hernandez. Brittany Emma Curio.
Neria B. Sepkis. Valeria Sanchez Casas. Sebastian A. Nimaco Boateng. Myrna Guadalupe Roque Bueno.
Andres Lemius. Marvin Bernardo de los Reyes. Zhu Li.
Sergio Armando Picerno. Lizette Tapia Romero.
Zaima Ma Lakani.
Crystal A. Saavedra. Cindy Trujillo.
Sandy Cervantes. Sana Raman Damani. Sasha Viola DeLisle.
Amelia J. Wrench. Isha Shargio. Gabriela Torres.
Daniela Cervantes.
Honesty Demaya Sandlin.
Sofia Cisneros. Isaiah Efrain Irizarry.
Anthony Van Milligan. Rabab K. Mohammed. Teresa Oluchi Nwachi.
Victor A. Hernandez. Adelina M. Cesario.
Aliyah G. Valdez.
Tracy Lung. Gabriela Gallego Hernandez.
Imani M. McDonald.
Natalie Victoria Alicia.
Luna Rose Robard.
Paige Elizabeth Johnson.
Irene Esther Mata.
Aritri Dutta.
Kelly Wu.
Nicolette Oliveira Johnston.
Ruby S. Scott. Bella Ng. Maha Zara Shakir. Kyle Romero. Kirsty P. Wynn.
Daniel Casas. Crystal M. Cardona.
Shivani Gunvant Parik.
Evelyn Andrade. Angelita Catalan. Yareli Cirillo. Alejandra Hernandez Garcia. Juliana Ferrusquia. Scarlett Dorado. Vanessa Houghton.
Bianca V. Martinez. Anahe Mendoza.
Maria Alejandra Baeza Guillen.
Mackenzie McCabe. Veronica J. Voida. Clarissa Varela.
Lizette Anaí Lopez.
Grace C. Salas.
Jesus Enrique Garcia. Peter E. Jaffe. Eduardo P. Gavidia. Luis E. Castro. Shruti A. Baratia.
Luca Wong. Catherine Lynn Wojciechowicz.
Benjamin Arceo Bennett. Isabella Eva Brito Amador.
Bryant Fox Norton.
Mary E. Burrell. Victoria Blaha.
Claudia Rojo.
Yasmin El Adwan. Natalia I. Chavez. Brittany S. Harris.
Betsaida J. Miraz.
Samantha Dionisio. Jennifer Gomez.
Josue Westone.
Melanie Helen Alcantara. Christopher M. Gutierrez. Evelyn Lara.
Natea Marie Santillan.
Zairi Itzel Hernandez. Claudia Angelica Herrera. Marie A. Eddy.
Mary Vu. Naomi Mesa Roberts. Jacqueline Solano Salgado.
Giselle Lopez. Benedicta O. Anigoro. Daniel Encias.
Tian Yu Tian.
Andrea Hernandez. Luis D. Banales. Susana Gomez.
Lauren Taylor Peterson.
Saval Nisa Urkan.
Matthew A. Matias. Jessica A. Nieves.
Dakari R. Casey.
Emmanuel F. Ruiz.
Melia Isa Herrera.
Maria E. Vasquez.
Asmundas Balchinitis. Aya Altarana. Jeremy Dylan Bell.
Cristal Malaquias. Emily LaRue Tejas. Michelle M. Mendoza.
Claudia L. Goro.
Vianney Moreno. Eli Lucan Stellwagen.
Miranda Jean Dianovsky. Ashley Marlene Estrada. Delia Angelina Guzman.
Vivica M. Navarro.
Austin James Becken.
Marisol Vela. Tulane Real. Citlali Nunez. Wendy Sosa. Akila Ocean Smith. Kiera Dimonique Miles.
Jasmine J. Lopez.
Fadekemi Beatrice Oladoshu. Christian M. Marin.
Maya May Dominguez. Alberto J. Corral.
Haley Sibbing.
Zaria Ariel Anya Etienne.
Lashana Marie Welsh.
Deanna L. Lopez. Yasmin J. Arenas. Henry B. Hodge. Miriam Giselle Juarez. Vanessa Luna Victoria.
Helena R. Robleski. Tanya Alejandra Ramos. Yesenia Martinez.
Aldair Brito Bello. Noel W. Hantele.
Eduard B. Miftari.
Rigoberto Gare.
Evelyn Denise Martinez Aguilera.
Linda Lopez. Sarah Eugenie Duguay. Kalia C. Quadra.
Ana Angelica Martinez. Denise Munoz. Brianna Sky Saldana. Sarah A. Sharif. Celsa Sandoval.
Vanessa Bautista.
Jaire Vasquez.
Michelle Correa. Caitlin Valerie Herrera.
Cheyenne S. Singleton.
Esmeralda Miroslava Facio. Alexandra Murphy Holland.
Cherie Hetep Terror. Selena Tatiana Santiago. Janice Kayla Shanks.
Lena Gebhardt. Michael Cunningham.
Ashley Penelope Roman. Ryan M. Wild.
Zoe Dondero. Peyton E. Felix. Omar Lemius. Peyton E. Felix. Omar Lemius.
And Abigail Kramer.
Sadi Hernandez. Jaden Bauer. Kathleen Eleanor Connell.
Jessica Sol Yim. Andrea Caitlin Ong Si. Nehemiah Rivers III.
Ricky Kai.
Yasmin Dayanara Ramirez.
Jamie Bueno. Yadira Garcia.
Maria Guadalupe Sigala Munoz.
Samantha Lynn Hunt. Caitlin Marie Henry.
Tyler Anthony Ridley.
Michael Jose Castaneda Rubalcaba.
Grace Zhu. Jenna Majid Oda. Selena Mahmoud Yassin.
Maria Patricia Isabel Garcia.
Ethan Yao Owusu. Daniela Marie Molina.
Mital Shoki Hindi. Janessa Yesalin Acosta.
Frank Nathan Thompson.
Kanetta Sherelle Sarakas. Hayden Robert Kirsting. Nicholas Anderson.
Francis Cameron McDonald. Ayana Sloan. Yael Sanchez.
Dustin Belair. William Hunter Heights.
Daniel Pelliser. Matthew David Schlifke. Jonathan Okan.
Estrella Hernandez.
Carmen J. Salgado.
No Gallegos. Jacob Jaraki.
Andrew Lindy Swyatley.
Gregory S. Betselis. Charles James Burrows.
Riley E. McNamara. Chelsea Romo.
Abdul Basit Syed Bashir. George Caleb Fleisner.
Lucero Rojas Torres.
Emma Marie Fieser. Alex Denley.
Amna Rizvi. Christian Lebogana Mack.
David Jikoinski.
Rosella Romero Cervantes Rodriguez. Ane Marquez Laruthea. Jess Ward.
Naya Frias Bilbao. Juan Gonzalo Arevalo Tomoch. Alejandra Castañeda Ovalle. Leticia Covarrubias.
Carlos Martinez. Alba Guadalupe Mendiola.
Ernesto Carmona.
Jimena Perez.
Yarissi Gudino.
Yelena Stojadinovic.
Jasmine Aguilar. Cindy Leon. Kimberly Hammond. Jennifer Corona. Daniel A. Curtin. Alejandra Garcia.
Keegan Portillo.
Veronica Camila Locke.
Jennifer Ramirez. Alexandra M. Rank. Megan S. Meislowick.
Eduardo Gonzalez.
Haley Vandenberg. Marie Supap. Grace Louise Rechek. Julian A. Robel.
Chantel Carissa Axe. Aaron B. Kennedy. Elizabeth Abdelhamid.
Devika Tiwari. Jacqueline Alberta Gertrude Wilson.
Before we conclude today's ceremony, I would like to take a moment to thank the hardworking staff of the Dean's Office, LAS Student Academic Affairs, and the staff of the Credit Union One Arena who made this beautiful event possible. I would also like to acknowledge all the faculty members here today to celebrate and support their students. Thank you for being here, and for all the work you do on behalf of your students and the college. Thank you once again to the families, loved ones, and friends of our graduates for being here today. Finally, to all of the graduates, on behalf of the college, the university, and the faculty, heartfelt congratulations and good luck.
We ask the audience to remain seated until the platform party and the graduates have recessed. Please exercise caution when leaving the arena and parking areas. Graduates, please remain seated until directed by your marshals. You will exit the main floor by rows after the platform party and faculty have recessed. Marshals, please lift your banners and escort the platform party. The Spring 2023 commencement ceremony of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences of the University of Illinois, Chicago is now adjourned. Congratulations, graduates. Guests, meet your graduates outside.